jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. Jack, we Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairin', gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Petty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elder, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My ground repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, I'm back. Season 2, we here. Next level, bigger and better. Let's go.
See me letting go. I'ma lose control. I'm not afraid to fall. Watch me drink it in and feel it all.
8 p.m. Monday night, so you know it's time to tune in to the Afterglow show. Shout out to Kofi and the fam, you rattlers, the football historian. The audience is pouring in at this time like Jackson State playing Grambling. Both hosts like quarterbacks, but ain't scrambling. The Alcorn state of mind that I'm in got me blending in, but standing out like Tiger Skin. Shout out to TSU and all the recruits, turning down big schools for HBCUs. They changed up the scheme, so we changing the scenes. Money for our likeness is nice, but this means we gotta give it all that we got in this game. Black college grad myself, I went to pain. Pick, run, hit, or throw, that's your option. Discussing the coaches, wins, and the losses on the Afterglow.
See me letting go.
Scotty, you went crazy.
I'ma lose control.
Every Monday night at 8,
I'm not
super crazy.
afraid to fall.
Featuring
Watch me
Kofi and your
drink
boy
it
Scotty.
in and feel it all.
You know what time it is?
Go,
Let's,
go,
you heard me. Let's,
go,
season 2.
go.
Enjoy.
Woo!
You know what it is when you hear the hottest theme song on the radio, YouTube, internet, don't matter. You already know what time it is. It's Monday night. All right, Afterglow show in full effect, and you know it couldn't be nothing without my brother from another. Where's it going, everybody?
What up, boy? What up, boy? What up, boy?
What's good, Cole? Talk to me.
It's all good, man. It's been a minute. Oh, that boy done got a Bama U shirt on, boy.
You know,
Boy, that look good.
I appreciate that, man.
I like that.
Shout out
That
to
look like quality stuff.
Hey, you know, I try to do some little quiet.
That was, everybody can't do that. I be getting inboxes from people trying to sell their shirts, and I just don't want to hurt their little feelings and stuff. I be like, bro,
Not hurt their little feelings.
I don't want to hurt their little feelings.
Man, listen. So I am giving a giveaway for a free Bama U shirt. If you want a free Bama U shirt, hashtag Afterglow. Okay, not Bama U. Y'all Bama's got to follow instructions. Okay, hashtag Afterglow. That's the new hashtag going on. Let me make sure I share this with you guys so y'all can see it. Hashtag Afterglow to get you a shirt. All right, I might have to do it again because it looked like it ain't picking up. So I might
Not Afterglow, people. Afterglow.
Yeah, let me do this again. I'm gonna do it again and make you guys do it again. I'm sorry. Here we go. Yeah, let me see. Hashtag Afterglow. All right, there we go. It's working now. All right, cool. So hashtag Afterglow. Make sure you guys get your opportunity. You have to be at the end of the show. You have to be in the comments or whatever. Say, hey, I'm here, so you can collect your prize. If not, we are drawing again. Okay, we are drawing again. Even Kofi up in here. Go ahead.
I want my shirt.
Boy,
I want my daddy records.
I gotta do you like the radio. If you're a participant of the radio station, you can know, like, what I'm saying. I gotta do you like the radio.
I was just helping the people spell right. But I do want a t-shirt. So but what was that thing, man? It was on Fred Sanford, they had that little thing, and Bubba was talking about I want my daddy records. I want my goddamn t-shirt. That's what I want. I want a t-shirt. Man. I want a Bama U t-shirt.
Yeah, boy.
That's nice, though. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I got some other stuff coming out, too, later as well. So, but Bama University's in full effect. You already know what it is. We repping it, Bama, Phi Bama. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Hey, man, we got a jam-packed show for you all today. We've been away. We coming back hard with a vengeance. So, stay tuned and locked in with us. We riding all the way through this thing, all right? So, first thing first, hot off the presses. Say what? A white student sues historically black college Howard University for $2 million over racial discrimination. Now, Howard probably got it. I ain't even gonna hold you. Howard, if they did, how when when you go through some financial stuff, you got to dip in your savings. Listen, Howard got it. They dip into that endowment, pull out $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I got it says a white student at Howard University Law School is suing the institution for racial discrimination, alleging the school created a hostile education environment. Michael Newman, the plaintiff, attended Howard University of Law starting the fall semester of 2020 and remained there for 2 years until he was expelled in September 2022. He is seeking $2 million in monetary damages for pain, suffering, emotional anguish, and damage to his reputation. Kofi, man, it's rough out here in these streets.
Whatever. He got kicked out, and it's going to be hard for him to prove that the school created a hostile education environment. He ain't gonna win.
Mr. D said, see that? I feel like the room is slanted. He said all the judges in DC graduated from Howard. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, realistically, do you think they created a hostile environment for the white man?
No. I mean, you're a white person and you could go to any university in the United States, and you chose to go to you chose to go to, of all schools,
Mecca.
The Mecca. Don't sit your what ass down. Seriously. No, but look, no racism.
Oh,
But
man.
seriously, you could have gone anywhere. To me, I'm saying, are you going to learn about the culture? Are you looking to change it? What are you looking to do? You're in the minority.
Yeah.
You're in the minority. So were they treating you unfairly? I don't believe that they were. He's going to have to prove it. I don't see it. You know, now, if you sitting up there and you're a white person going into a quote unquote,
How you say it? You a what person? How you say it?
you're a white person.
You sound like you be saying like whip, but what?
You're white, like white. You're a white person and you're going up into an HBCU.
Oh, man.
You got to try to fit into the culture. You've got to buy in. In Rome, you do as the Romans do. Georgetown Law School is right across town. He could have gone to the University of Maryland. He could have gone to Virginia.
You said when you in Rome, you do what the Romans.
Yeah, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Now, look, I'm telling you, just every place, right? Every place is a world. It's a whole world. So you either are going to buy into the culture or you're going to go against the culture. If you go against the culture, you will have problems. I don't perceive how he could have gone against the culture. You know, how they created an environment, a hostile education environment. You know, say for instance, I go to Bethune, right? If I become an employee at Bethune-Cookman,
Bethune. Go ahead.
I would not go around every day sporting my FAMU stuff because I work for Bethune.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? If I worked at Florida State University, I would not go at Florida State wearing University of Florida stuff every day, sporting go and saying go Gators.
Yeah, that's fair. I get you.
You're asking you're asking to get killed. Lord knows if I worked at the University of Alabama.
You're dead.
I would definitely not wear any Auburn gear. I wouldn't do it because the culture says roll tide. Even if I graduated from Auburn, I'm going to roll tide because that's what they do in that culture.
Yeah.
I mean, common sense. Now, look, you white. You're white in a predominantly black culture, son. They do cheese grits and fried fish. They're bougie up there.
Oh no,
they're New York black.
Yeah, they're bougie up in. Hey, listen,
they're bougie up there, and they New York black, which means that they are quite militant. They don't put up with a lot of stuff. I mean, didn't he see the George Floyd stuff and how everything went down? The Howard students are notoriously militant against their own.
Let me ask you this. Okay, that's a good point. A kind of segue. Who would you say is more gatekeeperish, Northern HBCUs or Southern? And we'll draw the line. We'll stop it at Hampton. We'll go Hampton and up, and then we'll go North Carolina down, right? So, or Virginia up, North Carolina down. Who is more militant about their gatekeeping? Northern HBCUs or
when
Southern?
You say gatekeeping, what are we saying?
Like, this is why we don't do this. This is why we don't allow them here. This is why, you know what I'm saying? Like those type of situations.
Bro, I say it's really because most of your HBCUs are in the South.
Yeah.
You know, I would go, but that doesn't necessarily mean because didn't something happen at one of the other schools too? They don't play up north. Like it's cold, so the temperatures are a lot shorter. Like at least in the South, when it's hot and it's warm, we just trying to get outside. We trying to do stuff, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you can't come up in FAMU talking about merging FAMU with any white school, that's going to be a major problem. You are looking to get your ass whooped. I'm trying to tell you. Look, I'm going to tell you a story, right? So, we had a quarterback that came in, Curtis Pulley.
What year are we in? What you got?
We're in 2008.
Okay.
Curtis Pulley transferred from the University of Kentucky. He was probably the most athletic quarterback that FAMU has probably ever had in the modern era. He could very well. He was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson.
Wow, that's saying something.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Right. But he came from UK, and UK is a whole different world. And it's it's a Power 5 school. And they had all these amenities. That little joker got up there talking about to UK this and UK that, and UK has got this, and it's just a fact. And before you know it, the nation awoke, and they began to help Curtis Pulley come into the Rattler Nation culture. They began to initiate him into what it means to wear the orange and green. Sir, your A does not go to UK any goddamn more. You are on the highest of 7 goddamn hill. You are not finna be coming up in here talking about some UK. And we let you into our school. We found a way to do X, Y, and Z, and you are starting on our football team. Shut your goddamn mouth about talking about some goddamn UK. We don't care about UK. You're at FAMU. So listen, by the end, he learned how to keep his little thoughts and opinions to himself.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair. All right, moving on. Listen. More issues. All right. And we're going to the PWI because everybody like, Scotty, it's not just us. It's not just us. PWIs, i.e., your neighbor down the street. Florida State sends an ACC warning shot amid rampant conference realignment. The AD then says, at the end of the day, for Florida State to compete nationally, something has to change moving forward. And then I took a snippet of the article. It says, overall, the ACC needs to find a loophole to get out of the media rights deal before it's too late. It may not be possible, but they have to try. Even more troubling, the ACC is probably the worst position of any Power 5 league of getting 2 teams into the expanded college football playoff. Florida State was improved a year ago, but only Clemson would have made it with 12. Now, the media deal for ACC does not end until 2036. So I know you guys are like, Scotty, you were getting on the swag for signing a 10-year deal. The ACC sound like a 20-year deal, something stupid like that. Maybe even longer than that. Kofi, you wanted to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with it.
Everybody is trying to get better, people.
Yeah.
Everybody is trying to get the best possible deal for their institution. Their AD came out and he was knowledgeable enough to say, look, at the end of the day, for Florida State to compete nationally, something has to change moving forward.
Yeah.
That means we're not happy with the freaking deal, and you need to get on the phone with whoever and get us the best deal possible. The SEC is right there. They are not afraid to be like, you know what? Florida just going to have to get over it. Florida State and Clemson could very well go to the SEC and not miss a beat.
Yeah.
Not miss a beat. And they would be so happy because, again, people want to know, why do people leave conference? They leave conferences because of money.
Yeah.
Who is going to get us the best possible deal? How are we going to get that money checked down? And the ACC or whoever is working the deals for the ACC has been put on notice. They're literally saying, look, you got to do better. And the SWAC, and I love what's McClellan. I think, I ain't going to call him McNugget or nothing like that. But by now, he should be looking and saying, you know what? I really could do better. Presidents, what do you all want to do? Again, you're serving the SWAC presidents.
Absolutely.
You're serving them. And for athletic directors, especially our AD, Grambling's AD, Southern's AD, Jackson State's AD, the president, everybody need to be like, look, can we do better? I believe we can freaking do better. Let's get out there. Let's get out there and see what we can do, and stop limiting HBCU sports to just ESPN and ABC and CBS and NBC. Yeah. There's tons of networks out there. Amazon Prime. You can get on there. You can get on another network. If they give you the money, I don't care. Just get the money.
The Pac-12 is their lead. The lead bidder for their rights is Apple TV. At this current point in time, Apple TV is the leading interest for Pac-12's rights in what they're trying to do. So I agree. You know what I'm saying? And the Pac-12 not the Pac-12, but the Apple TV signed a huge deal with Major League Baseball. So they have all their games. And then they also signed a $100 million deal with MLS as well to broadcast their rights as well. So Apple TV is definitely looking for live sports, because with live sports comes an audience. It is what it is.
Bruh. If I'm a whole HBCU, knowing everything that comes with what we do and what we have.
Absolutely.
We have something to offer. We have something to offer. The bands, the step teams, the dance squads.
Yep.
All of that is content.
Entertainment.
All of it is content. And we need to try to sell it and market it, because nobody else has it.
Nobody. And I mean, that's what makes you guys valuable when you go out to the PWIs. That's what they're asking for anyway.
Absolutely.
Next up, listen, this has been hot on the presses. Hot off the presses. JSU versus Neely. Man, listen, this is becoming a slugfest on
Now,
Twitter.
look, you was just talking about who has the gatekeeper. Now, Neely done crossed the line and went on out there to Colorado. And the JSU Nation is just like, dude, take our name out your mouth.
So my boy Jeff, he clipped it, the interview, posted it, and this is what it was said. And I'm gonna play this guy for you.
In a jovial manner. So I wish anybody the best covering Jackson State, and we need more people covering it, not less. But when you talk about the Chuck thing, and you say it in a jovial manner, but here's the bigger picture. There does appear to be some concerted effort that if Deion Sanders used to do it, we ain't doing it that way. I don't know why that's the case. I haven't heard that from somebody. This is just my eyeball test looking around at changes that take place. It just seems to be that, a guy who won 2 back-to-back SWAC championships in an undefeated conference manner, I guess was doing something wrong as it related to access and media attention. So I wish anybody the best.
That was his comments, right? Now, before you go, I'm going to say this. I've been told y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't explain it anymore. Let me tell you the moment that I knew that Neely was about Deion and not Jackson State. I know the exact moment. You want to know the exact moment? I'm going to play you.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
We got your back, Coach. Much love, bro. I'm going to kiss top of your head like in the air.
God bless you.
My man.
Guys have been superb.
When a grown-ass man, and I'm talking about he got to be over 45 to 50, kisses another grown-ass man on the head who you are not related to.
In public.
Come on, man. Nobody was see this was the days. This was the days when everybody was dick riding. So nobody could see it. They was all blinded. But I told y'all from that moment, I said, y'all, listen. I said, listen, this different. I said, that is weird. That's different. So his allegiance was never to Jackson State. His allegiance was to Deion And now Deion's where? In Colorado. I've been told y'all this, but y'all ain't want to listen to me. I ain't want to listen. Nobody.
Well, I think even he couldn't come back to Jackson if he wanted to. There is no, bruh. He would have to shave his beard. He would have to go under a whole different identity. Because them people they kicked you out of Memorial, bro. You. Imagine what they would do.
Yeah.
They kicked you out, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, that's fair.
What that scene would be like if he ever showed his face back up in there. Now, I agree with following the path of favor, right? But everything that he did was just one-sided. Everything that he said was one-sided. It was not, he was clearly in Deion's corner with everything that he said and did. He had clouded lenses. His scales got over his eyes. He forgot about Jackson State.
I think people get it. For me, let me just, and I keep saying this, and I know people come and go and whatever. I never have a problem with somebody going to get the bag. That's not if Kofi gets offered a job at FAMU to be the announcer, or he goes and becomes an announcer for us, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, it's how you do it. It's always about how you go about doing something. We all are trying to reach the next level in money, right? We're all trying to go to the next bag, or whatever your bag might be. But there is an allegiance that you have to Jackson. Jackson allowed you to make money off of them on your own independent platform, and you never gave them any money for it. And then when the opportunity arose to show them some type of loyalty, not to stay, but just show the respect of what Jackson had done for you, you dip. And then you start throwing shade back at the school that gave you the opportunity to cover them. What sense does that make? So once again, and then word on the street is you and Charles not even seeing eye to eye because of how you did your stuff. So this is the only thing. And I've talked to some people about this. If he would have left the pregame show with Charles, built a whole nother platform called Colorado Show, Colorado Pre-Show, or whatever you wanted to call it, a lot of people would have been like, respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You leave it to Charles. Let Charles do the pregame show. You build a whole nother platform for Colorado and Deion. You do that, right? So then when that's done, you come back to the three. Bro, the thing about burning the bridge the way you did, you can never come back to the pregame show. You can never come back to Jackson and try to do anything. So yes, you ran and got a bag, but you got a short-term bag over a school that's always going to be there and always going to be, bro, nobody else is going. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go that far. But what do you got? What do you got, Coach? What do you got, Coach?
No, I mean, it sounds like he didn't really get counsel about this. He was so enamored with what was happening with Deion that he didn't look at the big picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when people leave companies or leave ministries or whatever, they slam the door on their way out. If you're going to leave, just close the door softly. Give honor to the people that covered you in the house for that season. And if the season trends, give honor and give credit where credit is due. Give them some money, and nobody would have said anything, but because everything just looks so shysty.
Yeah.
And nigger rigged.
Facts.
Just the way that it happened, we could have done better. He could have done better. And it's going to be a long time before he's able to be back in good graces at Jackson State.
Yeah, my last point is the reason I say short term, because everybody thought he was going to be here for 4 to 5 years. Where that happened? Well, I'm telling you, man, listen. If you put your eggs in one basket, and I said this when Deion was in the space, I said, for the channels that only cover Jackson,
right?
I get the school-centric shows. I get the people who are alma mater based. I'm talking about the newbies like me who came in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that was the worst thing you could have done because when Dion dips, which I knew he was going to dip, your show ain't going to be. Why would somebody from Texas Southern tune in? Why would somebody from Alabama State tune in? Why would somebody from FAMU tune in? So you have to make yourself available to everybody because this is what I said. I'd rather piss off one school, but the other 11 gonna love me because they hate Jackson. This ain't checkers, it's chess.
Yeah, you can't be one-dimensional in this day and age, you know, and you have to, you got to have somebody in your ear. Before you make a move, have somebody in your, bro, I don't know if you should pull the trigger that way. You might want to look at it like this. And here's why I say it. You're like, you're right. Even if it wasn't necessarily what you wanted to do, there is a right way to do stuff. And then there's our way of doing stuff. And if you do it your way, you're probably going to mess stuff up.
Yeah, I got you. All right, let's move on. Listen, great game, great atmosphere. If you were able to make it down to the Legacy Bowl, great atmosphere, man. A1 production. The game wasn't as high scoring as I assumed it was because we all know those defensive line were definitely going to come play. You didn't get to see the Isaiah Lands, the Kamari Everetts, the Mark Evans, but you did get to see some high-quality players like I got posted, Xavier Smith, Isaiah Williams, Jordan Nelson, Dumas, Ronnie Thomas, a lot of hot Dejon Nugget, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Triple B from Fayetteville State, Joshua Pryor, Brandon Gaddy, a lot of top talent in HBCUs. Kofi, what was your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was great, man. There was a lot of positive press surrounding it on the NFL Network. They talked about the practice. They were covering the practices. That's a lot of exposure. If I'm a guy from Fayetteville State, a Division II HBCU, you wouldn't have gotten that level of press with anybody without this game. So I think that this is something that is definitely here to stay. I think as long as they can keep it open and make it more event, improve on the event in the best way that they know how, and probably open up a few more lines of communication. I think that it's definitely here to stay. And it's an opportunity for our guys to get the exposure that I believe that they deserve. I think that there are several players within this game. I think Dumas is somehow going to play on the next level, whether that is in the XFL, the NFL, or USFL. I think that he will show his value. He is talented. People watch and they were shocked that, at how good Xavier Smith was, right? And I'm sitting up there like, man, he's good. Like, like he's really good.
Next level.
He's really good. And, I'm praying for the best for him. I think that I want the doors to swing wide open. He's worked hard, but, so many more, man. I think that it's a tremendous opportunity, again, for exposure for HBCUs. And I'm looking forward to go to the next level, man.
Oh, man. I believe this bowl game can go to the next level. I really do, but somehow, some way, they got to move this thing around better when it comes to being around Mardi Gras late in February.
Ooh,
maybe moving it out of New Orleans and moving it somewhere, that Mardi Gras isn't effective of, what I'm saying? Like, because don't get me wrong, I think New Orleans has been a great host. Tulane was absolutely amazing. I saw Gaucher. I dapped him up. Gaucher, Ole, don't matter, that boy fine. Anyway. Saw him. He was in good spirits, man. But Tulane, great host, great facilities. But I just wish that people would come out to this bowl game and support.
That's a hard sell because, I got to be able to get a hotel room. And Mardi Gras weekend is going to be tough.
It's going to be.
Unless you know somebody in New Orleans.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
You talking about people, years, decades of tradition. Even the most loving HBCU Southernite is going to go to Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
My freshman brother's from New Orleans, and he was like, "Don't talk to me during Mardi Gras week. I am going back to the crib. I am going to get me some gumbo. I'm going to get me some bigs. Don't mess with me Mardi Gras week." So, you know, Mobile already has the All-Star game, has the East-West Shrine game. Atlanta already has the Celebration Bowl.
They be doing it at Alabama State. You know,
Alabama State, Montgomery, and look, that Montgomery is a very historic spot with it in the South. So I think thinking this through, you know, even if you go into a dome stadium up north like in Indianapolis.
Oh no, ain't nobody about to travel all the way to no Indy.
But I'm saying Indianapolis already has people there.
Oh, okay.
That like HBCU stuff.
I got
you know, with the game, you know, and you need to be able to get those people because again, that's going to bring, you know, moving around like the Super Bowl possibly.
Yeah.
You know, play it at Grambling. You know, move it to another HBCU campus.
No. Because it's hard to get hotels down there in Ruston. You know what I'm saying? They be jacking up the prices. Hell no. No, don't do it. No. Don't do that, Grambling.
Freeport. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. No. You know what? You know, I agree. Listen, I know a lot of people hate to say, like, do it in Atlanta, but listen, man, do it in Atlanta.
Do it in Atlanta.
I mean, it's just to be around Mardi Gras, it's a tough sale, man. And everything is the prices are through the roof. The prices are through the roof. So, you know, once again, it was such a great production, man. I mean, Shaq Harris and Doug really got something with this thing, and I really wish that people would just come out and support it. More fans to attend, just to give them a good send off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
That's what it's really all about. Is just giving these kids one last hurrah. Say, man, we appreciate y'all time, because you don't know who this might be the last time you watch Xavier Smith until he goes into the pros, or Dumas being in the pros. Man, you just want to give that. I mean, people was on the field getting pictures and taking autographs. So it's a great opportunity to get some paraphernalia, to get some memorabilia from one of your favorite players that you probably watched for, you know, the last 3 or 4 years and things like that, man. So, but overall, the game, listen, HBCU O-line play is just bad. I'm sorry. Like, if the D-line is just like night and day compared to what the O-line is bringing to these games, man. I'm just like, the game can't be a high-scoring game when the quarterbacks are running for their life.
Bro, it's we just got to do better in that, bro. And the way, you know, because you get guys and you say, okay, well, this guy has size, right? This guy he's got weight to him. But that doesn't mean he can play. There's more to playing offensive line than just being big.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand your reads. You have to understand how to move. You got to be on one accord with your teammates. You got to know all the plays, and you know, you need that, bro.
And that's 2 years running. I mean, if you had Akil Glass last year, you had Felix Harper last year. Like, you have guys that can ball. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to get this game into the 20s, into the 30s like you want to see it. You want to see a shootout. That's what you want to see. You want to see quarterbacks. You want to see Xavier run up and down the field. You want to see CJ Bowler run up and down the field.
Right.
See Antoine Murray from Howard run up. You want to see plays over top. So I don't know if they're going to have to go like 3 down linemen or something, but they're going to have to change this process up, because the O-line play has just got to be better. It just has to be better, man. And it's just bad all the way around. Don't get me individually, there's players that are talented. So I don't want to make it seem like everybody, you know, as the offensive line, you have to play more as a unit than the D-line does. You know, D-line is just one-on-one, I beat you, da-da-da. But Jesus Christ, man, that Team Robinson defensive line,
right?
That was just, it wasn't fair. like for real, it's like when you pick it, when you go on the court and you just pick all you like,
right.
Man, like, come on, bro, like
all
hey,
5 stars.
You know what I'm saying? You like, hey, dang, could you leave us somebody? Could you leave me one? Like, it was, I mean, literally, you're talking about guys who have averaged over 8 to 10 sacks individually. Nelson with over 8 sacks. Dumas with over 8 sacks. Ronnie Thomas with over 8. Like, you're talking about guys who are specialists at getting after the quarterback, and now you got all these Bamas on this. Come on, man. It wasn't fair, bro. It really wasn't fair. I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't think the talent was going to outshine the coaching of Trey Oliver.
Right.
But the line just literally took over the game. It just took over the game. It was just
Nothing
like,
you can do.
it was really nothing you can do. It was really nothing you can do. So, but overall, great game. Me and Blue got to call the game live from the suite. Did like a little live broadcast, like a watch party. It was really fun. I had a good time. Shout out to Jamie Walker for coming through. Shout out to Chris Scott, football operations at Grambling, for coming through, give me an interview. And I would say shout out to Eddie Robb, but he left me hanging. Coach Eddie Robb, E-Rob. He was like, I'm going to come through, Scotty. Did come through. Nah, I'm just messing with it. He told me to come on down to Montgomery. So I'll see what he's talking about. All right, listen. Let's turn it up. Let's take this on the head. Now let's get into some serious stuff. All right. NFL feeder system.
Right.
A lot of people are not going to like this where I'm going with this, but I just want to think. Is the NFL the new plantation? And this is why I say this. Now, people are going to be like, Scotty, they're getting paid millions of dollars, right? They're getting paid millions of dollars. But with everything that is coming out slowly but surely about the injuries, the lack of health care, the lack of concern that the NFL has for these players after they're done or after they have a short career span and things like that, contracts not being guaranteed. Is the NFL the new plantation? And this is why I'm going to give you an example, and I want you to kind of go into it, Kofi. Byron Jones, right? Former first-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys. He jumped the world record of a 12-6 broad jump. Put that twice. Don't know why I put it twice. Career earnings of $69 million before tax. He came out with a statement and said, much has changed in the 8 years. Today, I can't run or jump because of my injuries sustained playing this game. Do not take the pills they give you. Do not take the injections that they give you. If you absolutely must, consult an outside doctor to learn the long-term implications. It was an honor and privilege to play in the NFL, but it came at a regrettable cost I did not foresee. In my opinion, no amount of professional success or financial gain is worth avoidable chronic pain and disabilities. Godspeed to the draft class of 2023. So my questions to the people in the chat and to you, Kofi. Is it worth it? And then my second question, is it fair for him to warn future players after he has been paid? He got paid $68 million. Everybody you see what I'm saying? It's real easy to sit back when you got $68 million, or let's say he got $40 million, right? It's easy to sit back with $40 million and say, hey, don't do this. But what about the kid trying to take, like Deion would say, we're trying to take care of mama? You know what I'm saying? So that's my question to you, Kofi. Is it fair for him to warn future players after he's been paid, and is it worth it?
I think it's the whole after you've been paid, But my thing is, I think it's fair because I think that the young people need information. They need to see the other side of this. They need to know the other side of this, that it's not all fun and games. It's not all hype and it's not all glam. There is a price that you're going to pay, that your body is going to pay for playing this game. And, how you take care of your body, how you govern your body is key if I want to be a professional athlete and play football. But for a football player, if I'm coming up and I've had to grind my way, I'm going to look at what he said. I'm going to hear what he said, and I'm going to still go play. I don't see that it's going to be necessarily a major statement. I would thank him for that, but guess what? If you got $69 million, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can get at least 20, 23 million,
Let me
30 million.
Let me get $5 million.
Let me get $5 million. Let me get one. Shoot.
But this is the thing, right? So with everything that continually comes out about the NFL, and the lack and understanding that, 90% of the money in the NFL is made at the top, and then you have everybody else on, like minimum contracts and, veteran stuff and all that type of stuff.
My thing is, if anybody's been paying attention, I mean, football, we get enjoyment out of it, right? Watching it. It's my favorite sport to watch on TV. But to watch somebody who I really admired, like Junior Seau, commit suicide because of CTE. That was very painful. I was like, bro, you have to find ways. And to answer the first question, is the NFL the new plantation? There's nothing new about this plantation, but it is a plantation. I think people need to look at it like that. But it's time for the slaves to speak up to get better deals, because these guys are putting their bodies and stuff on the line, and they need to be compensated as such.
The issue to me is that we're so quick to push our young athletes, right, into this life, right? Because the thing about it is, the thing with the NFL is that what you won't do, there's 10 kids behind you that is willing to put their body and life on the line to do it for the reward,
For
right?
their family, yeah.
For their families or whatever, while you have white billionaires sitting up just watching the game, getting paid. You know what I'm saying? No physical harm, no bodily injuries, nothing crazy. Making all the real money. And it's sad because, it to me, I don't know at what point at what point would the NFL ever be really like a death? Like, how like people still smoke when it says smoking causes cancer,
right?
Look,
if
the NFL ever did anything like it wouldn't stop anybody from walking into the NFL and saying, because they're like, it won't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't get it.
Look, there's a price. You don't know that could happen. I mean, Joe Theismann was not thinking that his leg was going to break going into that game and that Monday Night Football game, and that Lawrence Taylor was going to break his leg. He didn't go in there thinking that. But guess what? People still box. Boxing is a brutal sport. They get out there. People do pay-per-view to go and do it. You get millions of dollars to do it. MMA is a growing sport, and people still get out there and they go do it. I think, obviously if you get out there to do it, I say do what's in you to do. If you have a gift to play football and hire the best people around you to get the best possible deal that you can.
Yeah.
Because it's not guaranteed that you're going to get it. And these NFL owners are billionaires and trillionaires for a reason. They got plenty of money. And they know how money works, and they're going to try and save every little bit. So you need to have the best possible people fighting for you. Is it fair for him to warn future players after he's been paid? Yeah. You might not agree with it, but, you can say what you want to say. He paid now.
I just think the reason I call, and, people like, some people agree with plantation, some people don't agree with plantation. I just look at it like, this is a cycle that is to me that's just never going to be broken unless you literally make it flag football, right? You know what I'm saying? Which nobody really wants to see. Let's be honest.
Ain't nobody gonna watch no dirt.
You know what I'm saying? But it's at what point, is it at what point do the players stand up for themselves, right? Instead of asking for, can we smoke weed legally? What about healthcare? What about third opinion doctors? What about having stuff in place, right? Because it's like they always say, when you do a contract, don't use the company lawyer. You know what I'm saying? That's just like rule number one.
Number one.
Don't use the company lawyer to do a deal for you because they're not in your benefit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're getting an opinion from a team doctor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's those type of things that I feel like the players have to protect themselves from themselves, and players who have gone through it should be coming back trying to teach players of said incidences and things that go on. So
yeah, player safety, body awareness. That needs to be an on player safety, body awareness, all of that, all of those things to make the game safer. Things that I can do to help help my body recover better, so I'm not having to deal with the chronic pain. Different medications and different things that I can take that are going to match my blood type, they're going to match my body type and help me to do it. When I was in college, I worked at the Residence Inn. I was the breakfast guy, right? So I'm fixing breakfast, and this guy, I don't know if you remember him. His name is Bob Baumhauer. He played for the Dolphins. He played defensive line. He was a part of the Killer Bee defense that went to the Super Bowl. This joker was huge, bro. He was huge. I was like, my God, who is this? And he was like, I'm Bob Baumhauer, blah, blah, blah. And he had Baumhauer wing. Anyway, when I went to go and shake his hand, his pinky finger was all the way. It was like a whole letter L going that way. Like,
we got it.
That way.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he was living, he was living with it. And I was just like, bro, like, how do you, he's like, well, just a part of everything. But I was like, man, what a horrible price to have to pay. And the older you get, the more it hurts. So, getting the right people around you, getting the right advice, getting the right information is necessary so that you can protect your life and your family for as long as you can.
It is a gladiator sport, they say. Hey, before we get to our final topic today, if you're trying to get a free Bama U shirt, hashtag Afterglow in the chat, okay? Hashtag Afterglow in the chat. We'll take some phone calls, and immediately after that, we will do a giveaway for a free Bama U shirt. Listen, if you wear a XX, I can't help you. If you wear a XX, I can't help you. All right, so I'm just giving you a heads up now. Don't be mad at me, because I'm telling you now, I ain't got a XX. All right, so, you know what I'm saying? It's yeah, I ain't got it. All right, so once again, if you're interested in winning a free Bama U shirt, hashtag Afterglow in the chat. All right, and we'll get you squared away if you win. All right, listen, topic of the night, discussion over Twitter. Who you got, SHEDEUR or Davis, right? So, SHEDEUR Sanders was named the 2022 Black College Football Player of the Year. I told you I like it, Kobe. I like it. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. You're going to see that a lot.
Right.
See that a lot. Did he deserve it? All right. Did he deserve it? Now, a lot of people like MC, this isn't a real question, is it? Maybe he can't read because it looks like a question to me. All right. Who would you take? Now, my boy Josh from HBCU Nightly says it depends on how you look at it. Total yards and total touchdowns are very similar. Davis, 3,400 total yards. SHEDEUR, 3,800 total yards. Davis, 40 total touchdowns. SHEDEUR, 48 total touchdowns. All right. Wins and losses are QB stats, by the way, as well. You got a 10-2 Davis Richards, who lost to Campbell and South Carolina State. And you have SHEDEUR, who lost in the Celebration Bowl. All right. So, what you got?
Woo. I like SHEDEUR's headiness. He's a competitor. He runs when he has to, right? He makes the right reads. He understands how to read a defense, and he can pick you apart. And he's consistent in that area. But that Davius Richard is he's a beast. He's an athlete. He's hard to bring down, and he is a straight up dual threat. I need you for the long haul. So I think SHEDEUR is going to be healthier longer than Davius, and that would be the reason why I would do it. Davius is just as good. His physicality and stuff, but long term, eventually running out there, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get hurt. So the reason why I would take SHEDEUR would be because I believe he has more longevity. That being said, if we sprinkle it down and say, well, I gotta have a one quarterback for one season, give me Davius. If it's for long term, give me SHEDEUR.
Let me I'm gonna go like this. I think SHEDEUR deserved the Black College Football Player of the Year.
Right.
I'm gonna outright say that, right? I'm gonna outright say that. No ifs and buts about it. I'm gonna say that. But if I had to start a team and I'm not Deion Sanders and I ain't got the pull, I got to go with Davius, right? Because to me, SHEDEUR, every time SHEDEUR has stepped on the field, he's had the better team. Point blank, period. He's had the better team every time he stepped on the field. And in the two biggest games, he lost.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, oh, Scotty, the defense lost the game. Well, that was the number one FCS defense that Davius Richards was chopping up.
Right.
That nobody could seem to get. So I'm going with Davius because I think he does more with less. That's just my personal opinion. I think he does more with less. I don't think SHEDEUR. I think if you swapped them, I don't know if SHEDEUR is as successful as Davius in that scheme, right? Because a lot of times the defense saves SHEDEUR in a lot of his games, right? Even in his first season. But in the second season, when you have the number one defense that you're playing, there's a lot of freeway you can do with that. You can make mistakes, you can hold the ball longer, you can do all these type of things. So if I'm starting a team, I'm going with Richards. I just think he does more with less. But because at no point in time has Richards stepped on the field, and he's always had the better team. He's always had the better team. You see what I'm saying? So for me, if I'm starting a team, I'm going with Davis. I think SHEDEUR is a hell of a quarterback. I'm not saying I don't think SHEDEUR is bad by any means. I'm talking about for me and my non-recruiting self. If I wasn't able to recruit like Deion, how successful is SHEDEUR? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's well trained.
That's all I'm saying.
And my thing is this, I will say I do believe that Davius is a better athlete. He's bigger, he's faster. I would dare say that he's stronger and he's smart. I just would, SHEDEUR, if all things being even, I like SHEDEUR's consistency long term. So that's my thoughts.
Ms. Sykes says, look at how SHEDEUR played in the Celebration Bowl. He puts his team in position to tie up the game. Impressive drives all season. But he's always had the better team. Like, I don't know what – I can't give you something when you're supposed to win that game. You were favored in both Celebration Bowls and lost both of them with the number one deep. Like, it's just amazing to me how – like Patrick Mahomes, right, carves up the number one defense in the Super Bowl. Carves them up. Nowhere to be found. Patrick Mahomes gets all the credit. Davius does the same thing. Runs for 3 touchdowns. Literally has the same stat line as Jalen Hurts. And nobody wants to give him the credit.
No, that boy, Davius Richards, is a whole beast. He is a whole beast. He can beat you, and he's much. And in my opinion, long term, I think he's more. Well, I think right now he's more difficult to defend because he is going to put pressure on you with his legs. So you're going to have to cover the running backs. You're going to have to cover the tight ends. You're going to have to cover the wide, and you're going to have a spy that can tackle somewhere around him, around DAVIUS. Because if he takes off, if he gets to that next level, your DBs don't have a chance.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But my choice would be, I would take SHEDEUR.
Oh, that's fine. Like I said, I think SHEDEUR deserved to win the Black College Football Player. Yeah, I think he deserved to win the award because the same year when Akil won it, I said he was the best statistical quarterback. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So statistically, SHEDEUR got him beat. So yeah, it's his award. But if I was starting a team, I think I would go with Richards because I just feel like he does more with less. That's just my personal opinion. I've never seen SHEDEUR with a bad team elevate them. I've never seen him elevate a bad team because he's always had a good team. So this is what it is. Let's get to the caller. Coach Green, you live.
What it do?
What's up, champ?
Oh man, long day, man. Long day.
Hey, if anybody doesn't know, Coach Green is the coach. He's an assistant coach at Russ College. They won the championship for the GCAC. So shout out to Coach Green and his girls. They won the championship. Great game. Oh my God, amazing game. If you didn't get to watch it, I watched it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing game.
Yeah, that jump was crazy, especially with all the bad calls. I think they be hanging around with the SWAT refs, man. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh man, what's up, Coach Green? Talk to
But
me.
all right, like you said, SHEDEUR deserved the award. The only issue that I had was some of the people talking about it was a robbery, which was dumb. That's the dumbest thing I heard when they say it was a robbery because SHEDEUR won it. And I'm like, y'all act like the boy ain't good.
Yeah.
If you was calling it a robbery, you really acting like the boy ain't good. 'Cause at the end of the day, both them boys are good. They are good. And they both deserve their props. It could have went either way. But like you said, the numbers put SHEDEUR ahead. So I have no problem with SHEDEUR winning it. But as far as who I would take, because one of the things you said, you keep on saying SHEDEUR had a team, but he never had an offensive line. You put him behind the offensive line, how good would he be?
Take away the receiver.
Because I feel like
I think it kind of goes both ways, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I think it kind of goes both ways because, okay, if I give him a great offensive line, but I take away Dallas Daniels, Shane Hooks, Willie Gaines, like if I take those guys away from you and I give you Valley receivers, or I give you, maybe one special guy, I don't know how special SHEDEUR is. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of goes both ways.
I don't like when that's what I don't like when you keep on saying, he always had a good team and all that.
But he did.
I feel like you're kind of taking away from North Carolina Central team when you say that, because their team is good too. You can't say their team wasn't good.
Listen to what I said, Coach Grant. I said every game that SHEDEUR has played at Jackson, he was always the favorite to win. He always had the better team. There have been games that NCCU has stepped on the field and they were not the better team and they came out on top. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that NCCU was a horrible team. It's just that in certain games, they weren't the best team. They might have the best offensive line. They might have had the better quarterback, but they weren't the better team. And when you have a Jackson State team, which was number one in defense in the SWAC, number one in offense in the SWAC, number one defense in all of FCS, how were you never the best team stepping on the field?
I understand that. But you also got to give credit where credit due when it comes to this. Key throws and key games. Alcorn State. That game, that throw to win the game for them. How many quarterbacks to actually make that type of throw.
Which throw?
No.
Which throw?
The one to Travis Hunter.
Are you talking about the 5-star? You see what I'm saying?
I understand that, but come on, bro. So what?
No, so what?
So what with the 5-star stuff? So what with the 5-star? I'm just saying, still the throw. The type of throw.
Yeah, you're right, Kent.
Come on, man.
Yeah, who cares about a 5-star receiver that called it? Who cares about that? Who cares?
No, I'm just saying that it could have been any. It's just to thread it through that needle, though.
Okay,
you got to look at that, dog.
But you still got to make the catch. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, bro, he can make the perfect throw. If I have a guy that can't make that catch, how beneficial is it, Coach Green? It goes both ways, right? You as a coach can draw. You as a coach can draw it up. But if your girl can't hit the shot, what benefit was it? You could be the smartest coach in the world.
But the thing is, one thing you can do, you work on if you work on the type of throws with your receivers, you can make that throw to just about any receiver that's good in the SWAC. So there's some good receivers in the SWAC that you can make that throw to. What about Xavier? He probably could have made that throw to Xavier. Would you say the same thing?
Is Xavier not a top? You're Coach Green. Listen.
Hey, he don't have a 5-star label. He don't have a 5-star label.
I'm not.
Would you say the same thing?
Xavier is a top level wide receiver. I get what you're trying to go with, right? But once again, all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, he's had better teams. Like, you can nitpick the argument all you want. He's had better teams when he stepped on the field. That is not a falsity. That's not me trying to troll. That is facts. And when you have a 4-star quarterback throwing to a 5-star receiver, right? That is what it is. What it is, man. I mean, he wasn't rated a 5-star for no reason. Do I believe he's a 5-star corner? Absolutely not. But whatever I always said, he's a 5-star receiver. So, I mean, Coach Green.
But there's a lot of 5-stars out there that turn out not to be 5-stars.
But that's not.
All right. So I agree with you, Coach, from the standpoint, SHEDEUR is throw. He's accurate. He's got good footwork. He can make good throws. And that's that. And I think that we're going to see that. I hope to see that when they play Colorado. Well, when we see Colorado play this fall. SHEDEUR has to go up against better quality athletes.
We'll find out more about SHEDEUR when they start playing. Yeah, we would.
We'll see what he looks like when he doesn't have the best team on the field. Thank you, Coach Green, for calling in. Because that's what it comes down to. When you're not the most talented guy, when you don't have the most talented team on the field, what do you do? What do you look like? So that is what it is. And let me say this, because I got two comments that I want to address. No Power 5 school ever wanted Davis. Well, no Power 5 school wanted Patrick Mahomes. He had to walk on at Texas Tech. So what are you talking about? Shut up, Jersey Shiesty. And that's why you're banned. That's why you a Rutgers guy, because you don't know shit about football. So shut up. All right. Anyway, next up, you don't need a 5-star to catch the ball in college. You don't need a 5-star, but it's really amazing to me how a lot of coaches go find them. You don't need one. You don't listen. I was about to get very explicit, but I won't go there. You don't need somebody to do a lot of things. How about that? I'll leave that, right? But at the end of the day, you go get a guy to make a play like that. That's the whole reason why you go get a 5-star guy, to make those 5-star plays.
Come on now.
Jesus, man. Crazy Christ. Dre, coming to you.
Hey, what's up, man? I kind of agree with Kofi. Going for longevity. I think they both was well deserving. But to me, I didn't like the Central play 2 D2 teams. And that's like having two bye weeks, basically. Them 2 D2 teams, everybody like Lynchburg is like the chick everybody gets a chance in high school. But Davius is nice. I think they're both different. I think what Trey Oliver needs to do next year is to showcase that he could throw, because of the top 10 draftable quarterbacks, all of them have 3,000 yards except for 2. And them 2 both play in the SEC. So he's going to have to showcase that he's a thrower, because he's a runner, and him having 2,500 yards is not going to meet the eye test, to be honest. And that, especially at HBCU, because they already know the quarterback in the HBCU ain't good.
That's fair.
They already know that.
They
know that. So he's going to have to, Trey Oliver and his offensive coach is going to have to pick between, we need to win, but we want to showcase our best asset to show that he could play in the league. Because regardless, he what you had to call it, that compared him to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had 3,700 his last year at Mississippi State. And the year before, his junior year, he had 3,400. So he is absolutely going to have to, I like their schedule next year. It's going to be challenging. He's going to have to show himself as a passer to make that big leap. SHEDEUR was 4th in passing in FCS, but that's what he does. So I'm going for longevity, because there's only so many times you want to get hit. So, but Davis was definitely deserving.
Are we watching?
But they're two different types of quarterbacks.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. A lot of you Bamas just be talking, okay? And I get what you're saying. I do. I really do. But if you really watch SHEDEUR play, he might throw the ball over 5 yards, maybe 5 times or 7 times a game. The rest of those completions,
that's true.
The rest of those completions are under okay. Let me be more. Let me be realistic. Let me be realistic. He throws below 10 yards predominantly 80% of the time. Most of his passes are below 10 yards. Let's be very clear about that. Second of all, his dad is his coach, which has built the offense around him. So Trey Oliver is not building the offense around Davius Richards. He's just building a great offense.
He should. Right? He should, though. Because most great coaches build it around their best player.
You know what great coaches don't do? They don't go through 4 offensive coordinators to find a guy that fit their son. That's what they don't do.
Hey, they got it right. They definitely got to add. Now, Grant, that may say something about the swag that a first-time analyst could do it. But I think, like I said, I think they was very much deserving. Both of them was. To me, there's no different than people have about family playing the D2 teams. I think that was a problem. The facts into play 2 D2 teams.
SHEDEUR played his D2 team his first year, and they almost lost. What are we talking about right now? Come on, man!
I'm talking about this year, because this is a year award. This is for his sophomore year. This ain't a Cleveland award. This is this is for this 1 year.
All right, Dre.
Because when it's so close, and even with the Heisman and all of that, when it's so close, now I got to look at stuff. The numbers are close, this, that, and the other.
So let me ask you this. So do you think that SHEDEUR is a better passer than Davius?
Yeah, he's a better passer. Davis is a better runner.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, my brother.
I appreciate it, Dre.
Appreciate it.
Listen, man. Listen, man.
You came up with this topic, not me.
But I'm saying,
you're the one that got everybody stirred up and everything coming in.
I just think people are people are so enamored with what SHEDEUR does, but if you really watch his game, it's not that special about how they constructed the offense. Let me preface my comments. SHEDEUR has an Aaron Rodgers type gene where when you need the money drive, SHEDEUR will make the money drive. He will make the money throw. I will give SHEDEUR that 10 times out of 10. But to act like this Bama is just out here like Patrick Mahomes, slinging it all around the yard, that is a bold-faced lie.
No.
Bama is the definition of dinking and dunking. That is what it is.
He is a Tom Brady-esque QB. Now, let me say this because everybody be coming up there talking about it. Let me tell you all, D2 is D2 in classification only. When it comes to the talent, because they don't have the admission standards at D2 schools, they can get a lot more athletes. In the way that the portal is right now, there are a lot of good quality D2 teams that would beat the D1 teams. So D2 is D2 just in classification with the amount of scholarships, but don't get it twisted. They can play some ball.
Listen, look, you know who you talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? I remember everything I say. I say I love SHEDEUR's pocket presence. I love SHEDEUR's poise. I love what he is as a quarterback.
He's a smart QB.
But I have said from day one, he doesn't stretch the field. That is not who SHEDEUR is. He reads the defense. He takes what you give him, and he's just going to throw 5-yard hitch, flare route, 3-yard hitch, 7 yards, 5-yard hitch, 3-yard slant, 3-yard slant, 5-yard comeback. You sit. I throw it over your head. Like, that's literally all his offense is. But I can always give him credit for his pocket awareness, for his poise, the way he reads the defenses. I can give him credit for all that. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, doesn't mean that this Bama got some type of major arm that he's just out here slinging it around. Come on, man. Stop it. 64-55 coming to you. Hey, calling you live. 64-55, you live.
Next.
All righty. Hey, caller, you live.
Guy, man, what's up, blood, man? Listen, man, I'm calling because I'm disappointed in you, man. You supposed to be Sergeant Smoke, Captain Petty, and you ain't addressed nothing that's going on Twitter right now, my boy.
What are you talking about?
Now, you know what I'm talking about, that whole back and forth, and you and the other guys and all that stuff. Man, I thought you was going to come on here and address it, brother.
You know, listen, my girl Key, she told me I had to chill. She said I was doing too much because, yeah, she just told me I was doing too much. But, yeah, I had to chill. She told me I had to chill.
Man, yeah, because, man, I seen one of them niggas, he came on there, he was talking all types of BAs and in this, and you ain't want that, and you ain't want this. I said, oh.
Yeah, and plus I wouldn't do it on the Afterglow show. I wouldn't, because that messes up Kofi's brand. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's real.
You feel what I'm saying? So real. I gotta be more cognizant of Kofi's brand as well, because he's not that type of guy. So I don't want to mess up his brand as well. Now, if I was doing an individual live show, then yeah, I'll let it ride. You know me, I'll let that thing spray. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Key was like, yo, I gotta chill. I'm doing too much. So I was like, all right, I gotta sit back and chill. That's why I say a lot of people get off easy, because my girl be like, yo, like, you gotta chill, bro. Like, relax. Like, what, she and you know how women do. She won't even really say like, she'll be like, what benefits you for that? Like, you gotta answer questions you ain't got the answer for. What benefit do you get from doing that? You be like, because I like it. Oh, does that make sense? Does that make
Hey, one question for you, and I'm gonna get off.
Yeah.
Is SHEDEUR gonna play in the Legacy Bowl?
Next.
Oh man. Like, yeah, man. It is what it. That's what it feel like, though. That's what it be feeling like, Jersey. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really rock with you like that, Ruckus, but that's real talk. That's how I be feeling. And you be like, man, But she hit you with the logic stuff. You be like, damn, I really really can't respond to that because I'm a logical person anyway. That's just how it works, man. So it is what it is. But all right, so we got we don't got no callers right now, so I'm gonna do this quick giveaway. All right, listen. If you're still interested on the giveaway, all right, you got a couple more seconds. You know, Kofi over here hashtagging, try to get my shirt. Hashtag Afterglow if you are interested in a free Bama U shirt. Listen, I'm gonna tell you again. If you're a double X, I ain't got nothing for you. All right. If you are double X, I ain't got nothing for you. So you might want to use it. You might want to use it for like a wash rag or something like that, but I ain't got nothing for you. All right. So got 30 more seconds until we get to this. I'm gonna go in 30 more seconds, you guys. Hashtag Afterglow. Get your name in there. Get your thing ready so we can get you going. Kofi, so you're going with SHEDEUR, huh? You're going with the good old.
I'm gonna go with SHEDEUR. I like smart, heady QBs because sooner or later you're gonna have that tight game. And DAVIUS is heady and he's very competitive too. It's not like they weren't moving the ball in crucial times.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them played South Carolina State and lost. So you know what I'm saying? It's not all that easy, man. But I would go. I like SHEDEUR's competitive nature. I like the fact that he wins, those close games and the close games that he had. Either the tight end dude just dropped the ball at the end because they were about to.
Hey, yeah, that was a huge drop. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, so I give you that. My thing is this. Let me ask you this: if SHEDEUR is exposed at the Power 5 level. I won't say exposed because I don't think he's going to get exposed. If he looks bad at the Power 5 level, how does that make you look at him as a quarterback?
First, you're going to look at the team and you're going to look at the whole thing.
Okay, that goes back to my point.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to look. For me, I'm going to look at the offensive line. Was it a running game? Like, why weren't they moving the ball? Or is it just awful reads and stupid stuff that he's doing? So you just have to kind of like wait and see, with that. So,
all right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna do the giveaway, and then I'm gonna get to these couple callers on the line. All right, so here we go. I should have some music, but I ain't got no music. You know what I'm saying? I would use my.
Win. Curve everything else.
Hey.
Win.
Hey.
These ops ain't lit.
Hey.
Win.
Hey. Christopher Jones. You are the winner of a free Bama U shirt. If you are in the chat, please make yourself available so you can get your your shirt. All right, so you can get your shirt. Okay, so there he is right here. All right, Christopher. So these are the rules. He's in there. She said I need members only. Next live show is members only. Next live is members only. All right, listen. Christopher Jones, what I need you to do is text the number at the top. Text me your address at that number at the top, okay? Text me your address at the number at the top, and we'll get that sent out to you tomorrow. And what's your size, Christopher? What is your size?
Text it to you.
Yeah, text it to me. Text me to that and that size, and we'll get it all ready. All right, let's get to these callers. 0527 coming to you.
Hey, what's up, Off Script? Hey, man, I was looking at your show here. I had to step away. I saw you had a subject about is the NFL becoming the new plantation?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay if I comment on that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, check this out, man. I've been coaching for a long time in the South Florida area, and one of the things, man, that we got to catch it is that it has to start like in the Pop Warner area, and you got to start talking to parents because there are some coaches, there are parents who believe that, hey, man, this is my only way out, and it's some of the most foolish things that I try to correct it when I was coaching, but when you have that type of mentality that goes throughout the community, that's the only way that this kid is going to be able to make it out of here. And, you know, if he can be able to run football and tackle, or it used to be the saying of you got to have a wicked jump shot, a sling rocks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff permeates in the mind of a young man that feels that's the only way he can make it out. And the muscle that he's not exercising is the one that can really get him out, is his brain. And so you just lock yourself into it's do or die. And that means that you can bring as many professional athletes out there who've played, crippled, broken up, but many kids feel that's not going to be me. Or I'm going to have this money and I'm going to do this. And we've had plenty of guys come out in the pros and tell them, hey, man, the average lifespan of a pro player is 2.5 years, maybe 3 from that point. And then your chances of making it less than 1%. But that's what we push. And the sad thing is that with that, coupled with poor test scores and reading, and you constantly seeing how the government is building prisons based on these young men not being able to succeed or not fulfilling that dream and fall to the wayside. So it starts in the home, and it's particular Black men getting back in the home and being with your sons and raising them and letting them know that you can do way more than just running a football or shooting a basketball, you know, and we got to start doing that.
I love it, man. No, I absolutely love it, man. I appreciate that that point of view, bro. Real talk. Thank you so much for the call. Hey, he's right, bro. Because
Absolutely.
you know, I'm not, you know, me, I ain't, you know, I don't want to sound bougie, but I ain't had that issue. All right, listen, my mama, I ain't getting no fast food because my mama made too much. You know what I'm saying? That was just the nature of the beast. So I never thought like I needed to be great at football to get out or whatever. Now, did I win a scholarship? Heck yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I never had that mindset. And I can't speak for somebody who feels that that is their way to take care of their family or whatever. But I do agree with him that we need to, you know, as a people, we need to be pushing, you know, you could be a lawyer a lot longer than you could be an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? You could be a doctor a lot longer than you could be, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But what you got, Kof?
No, man, it's you know, being successful athletically and academically both require the same things. You need ability, you need resources, and you need support. And if you get those three things, and there also has to be a desire along with that ability. Many times, the voices that are heard, because in Miami, listen, it is tons of track clubs. It is tons of football teams. They are getting these kids out there and they are 5 and 6. And parents take this stuff totally serious. Like communities take this thing seriously to the point that they would shoot a referee, they would shoot a football coach, they would shoot whatever if they felt like something was coming in between their child and their destiny and they don't recognize it. So there has to be some more discussions in regarding before the kids play, because the parents need help. I'm telling you now, they need help. Yeah. They need help. They get so, you know, and there's nothing wrong with wanting your child to succeed. There's nothing wrong with pushing your child, but that whole living through your child thing and acting all out of character and stuff, that's a real thing. And they need parenting as well. They need help.
Absolutely. 1008 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going well. How about yourself, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just calling. I picked up late, and I guess you know you got the title of Rashard or SHEDEUR. I'm not the biggest SHEDEUR fan, but I think SHEDEUR is more talented. I think he has more. He has a bigger chance of making the NFL and doing anything, mainly because you know Deion. His dad is Deion. To me, he's the better quarterback. And I think he also has the most to lose next season. He could fall off the map quicker next season because of the competition that he's playing against. I think North Carolina Central, their toughest opponent is UCLA, and SHEDEUR has to play UCLA, USC, Oregon, Utah, TCU. I think he could fall off the map. He could drop a whole lot more next season. He could get exposed more. Now, if he excels, they can pick up his draft stock a whole lot more than any other QB in the country. I think he in a win-win situation. Now, if he don't do well, he could drop completely off the map.
That don't make it a win-win though.
That's definitely a loss. A big old L.
No, but from my opinion, I don't think he's gonna fall off the map.
Oh, okay, got you.
From what I'm saying, no, I'm not saying I don't see him falling off the map because they breaking in like a ton of wide receivers to Colorado, and they picked up a tight end from Arkansas State that's actually pretty good. He probably is an NFL draft pick if he would have stayed in Arkansas State. Mm-hmm. The guy from London, England, or something.
But this ain't.
So they putting around.
This ain't.
I don't know.
This ain't Colorado though. This ain't the Colorado station though.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm just saying. I'm not sure. I think he has a lot to prove. He still, but I think he would show it. Another guy from North Carolina Central is pretty good, but I think he's all right too.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the call. Listen. This ain't the Colorado. This ain't the Colorado College. All right, you got the pregame show for that. Oh man, you got the pregame show for that. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna call in and talk
Captain Petty has struck again.
Hey, always on the go. But let me tell you this, it will be the Colorado show if they start looking bad. I'm tell you that right now. Listen, the one thing I want to see, this is what it is at the core of me, right? How does Deion deal with adversity? That is the thing I want to see when it comes
listen, it's unrealistic to think that Colorado is going to come in there and win a national title this year. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But in year one, there shouldn't be really any expectations. He's going to take the low road this year because he understands what he's up against. You had a team. How many victories did they have last year?
Who? Oh, Colorado.
Colorado, they had one.
Yeah, 1-11, I think. Or 1-10, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. If he gets over 4 victories this year, that's a win. That's trending in the right direction. He'll have another great recruiting class. Now, year 2, things will begin to shift. But year 1, I have no expectations.
What record do you have to give Deion for you to praise him? First of all, I don't praise no man. Okay, give him his kudos. If he gets 5 wins, I'll give him his kudos. If he goes to a bowl game, build a statue. If he goes to a bowl game with his schedule in the Pac-12, build him a statue. Build him a statue. Facts. Because it's going to be crazy. 6455 coming to you. Hey, calling you live. Bro.
He must be on mute.
I just want to say off script, I just think you are such a freaking hater. But anyway, I'm gonna flip a script for a minute and talk about since COVID is on here. You talking about what it'll take for Colorado to be successful. I want to know what it takes for them to be successful.
Pete Jackson.
What kind of teams do they have this year? And what are you looking at towards them? And I think SHEDEUR is a better quarterback than this guy, by the way, overall. But and we'll see, like you say. But when in general speaking, when Scotty makes that statement, because he always had the better team. Well, I can say that about a whole lot of teams. I can say that about the NFL teams. I can say that about Power 5 teams. You got the better team, you win. They said back in the day when was coaching the Chicago Bulls, all he did was sit out across his legs. Because he had Michael Jordan and all the other teams. He didn't have to coach.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I look cute.
Can I ask you a question?
So when you got the better team,
can I ask you a question?
The better team don't always win. We all got sense enough to know that. But that's just a cop-out statement to say that.
Can I ask you a question?
But I would like to know a little something about FAMU because I haven't heard anything about them.
Can I ask you a question?
So how they doing, Kofi? And what about their chances of doing anything this season?
Well, FAMU's had 3 straight 9-win seasons. So they've been pretty successful. We're thinking they're going to do more of the same. For them to get to the next level, they got to get over the hump and beat Jackson State. And that's straight up. So that's really it. I think going and having a 10-win season, beating Jackson State, I think beating even University of South Florida, showing that you can make the right adjustments to be able to compete. You know, if they do that, I think that's crazy good.
Y'all beat South Florida, man. Listen, that's amazing. Y'all need to be focused on Jackson.
Look, she asked the question, what would it take? I think getting over the 9-win hump and getting to 10 wins, 11 wins, winning the SWAC. You know, the one thing that Coach Simmons does not have is a conference title. And he gets a conference title. I think that definitely would be trending in the right direction, and we would definitely be looking up, and we're looking for that to happen.
Listen, I got a new shirt coming out, but if you can't beat the rebound, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. If you can't beat the rebound, not the first choice, the rebound. You can't beat him. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna have a whole shirt with his face on it called The Rebound. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Like, y'all gotta beat Jackson. If you can't beat Jackson, bro, like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, yeah, this is like a perfect year. That's like the perfect storm for FAMU. You got your quarterback coming back. The only thing that, and I talked to Coach Oliver. He's pretty upset. I talked to Coach Trey Oliver. He's pretty upset that they're ranked number 3. He feels he should have been ranked number 1. He said his whole team is coming back. So quarterback, running back, everybody who actually contributed to winning the championship, other than I think Edward Hicks and Robert Mitchell. You know,
look, I'm trying to tell you, but that MEAC is going to be quite tough this year. That whole repeat thing in the MEAC, they have not beaten South Carolina State. Howard is going to be tougher. You know, so this and Morgan State's definitely going to be tough. You know, Morgan State put some points up against North Carolina Central, and that game is going to be in Morgan this year.
Listen, I talked to Coach Damon Wilson. He said they're gonna be all right. He said, Scotty, we're gonna be all right. I said, I'm gonna have to come up there and check y'all out.
I'm trying to tell you, this whole SEC, the MEAC is always, even though they don't have as many teams, the teams that they have in that conference is really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kicked our ass with 59 to goddamn 3, but I ain't scared of you, mother.
Oh man, listen, y'all got listen, man. Y'all gotta get y'all lick back. Like what is that? Devil try to get his lick back. Yeah. Y'all gotta get y'all lick back, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. You gotta get your lick back. All right. Oh, I did want to say something while you on. Thank you, God. I know Key right here. She gonna be like, that wasn't God. That was somebody else. Listen, tell your boy Brian I'm on that. Listen, I'm hot today, right? I'm hot today. Key told me not to say nothing because she didn't want to put you in the middle of it. Bump all that. Tell your boy Brian, don't be disrespecting me on Twitter. The only reason I don't talk about his butt is because of you. And the only reason ONG Strike Zone is even relevant is because of you. So let's not play this game. Tell Brian, watch yourself. I'm cool with being public enemy number 1 against all these Bammers out here. I don't care. I take on all comers. Tell your boy Brian, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Because I
appreciate it. I thank you for being.
Keep one in the chamber.
I'm glad that you are mature, sir. Look, man. So this off topic, but the wifey and I, have been watching comedy shows, man. So I wanted to know, I've never asked you this question. Who is your favorite comedian to watch?
My favorite, okay. Dang, I know this sounds, is Steve Harvey. That's my guy. I love Steve Harvey. It will go old Cat Williams. It'll go Steve Harvey, old Cat Williams, Cedric the Entertainer, Lavelle Crawford, and I'm trying to think of some people that really make me laugh. Trevor Noah. Those are my top 5.
Trevor Noah is funny.
Trevor Noah is hilarious. Trevor Noah is absolutely hilarious.
Ricky Smiley is the GOAT, in my opinion. Ricky Smiley. Okay, I'm going to go Ricky Smiley, old Cat Williams.
Old Cat Williams.
I can't go wrong with Bernie Mac. Like a good, solid Bernie Mac show will have you rolling. Steve Harvey is pretty consistent. Who else?
I've never been. Listen, after Kevin Hart's Little Big Man, I never was a fan after that. I think he fell off after that, if I'm in my personal opinion.
That Ricky Smiley was sitting up there talking about handicapped people. This handicapped girl that was up there in the stand watching the Battle of the Bands from the concession stand.
I don't get it. I don't get
it. And she ran out there on the field like this.
I don't get his jokes. I don't get it. Like
Ricky Smiley is funny, bro.
The only thing funny. Ricky Smiley's done that. The only thing Ricky Smiley has done.
Oh, and Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah. But no, new Dave Chappelle, not a fan. I think he's a little. He's funny every now and again, but I think he's a little too. He's going a little too white to me. He's fading into that white humor, and I'm not like, nah. Ricky Smiley, like when he does like the kid with the leave me
alone.
Yeah, I just don't think that's funny.
Kofi, Scott does not think anything to do with what's the proper term?
Church?
No. Of people with disabilities.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of
like if you and I'm over here, guys. So if you've seen The Ringer, where they did a movie like with the Special Olympics, like my family was like absolutely crying, laughing, right?
Right.
And I have an uncle who has a disability as well. He's hilarious, in my opinion. Scott will lose his appetite. He literally will like he can't. It's like not funny. Like, and it's funny watching him like drive, but like
people be sleeping on Corey Holcomb. He's hilarious.
But he can't do it. So like Lil Daryl and like I forget the other guy that like did the walk with it. It was another comedian. But yeah, if you are mocking somebody that has a special condition, he's not going to laugh.
So Mike Epps is in your top 10?
No, he's horrible at stand-up. Absolutely horrible.
All right. So
Arnaz J. Thank you. It's Valley from Oz. Arnaz J. That's who it was. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Arnaz J isn't too bad. He's pretty funny. But who people sleep on? D-Ray. D-Ray is funny. He raw though. He's super raw. But Corey Holcomb and D-Ray, they're my top 10 as well. I love those two guys.
Listen, man, I was on the tennis court when I was teaching tennis in Atlanta. And this is why I had to curb or become slow to speak. So I'd be, because I say stuff that offends a lot of people. Anyway, so I was in tennis practice and ladies weren't making the little shot and stuff. And I said, look, I'm telling you all how to do it. You're going to take the racket back, turn the shoulders, and finish. Stop acting like y'all are on the short bus. So everybody was just, most of the people laughed, except for one person. And after practice, she came up. She said, Coach Kai, can I have a moment with you, sir? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, my son rides the short bus. And I just wanted to let you know, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't make any more short bus references because my son does ride the short bus. I said, yes, ma'am. I am so sorry. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, you should be.
Oh God,
you should be.
That was the worst.
Let me see. 4620 coming to you. What's up, Wake?
Well, what's up, Scotty?
What's good?
Hey, on that issue with SHEDEUR and Davis, I was going Davius Richard. I was going to pick Richard, and I went back and looked at the stats again. Now, those stats you put up earlier from that guy's tweet, the stats that he put down for Richard was combined 800 almost 800 of his yards are running. He threw for 2,600 yards.
He said total
and
yards.
SHEDEUR threw all.
You gotta read it.
Total yards.
Yeah, total yards.
Total yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, if you say that, I know you went with Richard. If Richard ran for total yards, got it. Okay. Well, looking at that, I was gonna go with Davis Richard myself, but seeing that SHEDEUR passed for over 3,700 yards, he only ran for 100 something this past season, and Davis ran for almost 800. Would that make you lean towards SHEDEUR being a better quarterback?
No. Because
now if I'm picking a team, I'm choosing for a player. I see Davis as a player.
Hold on. My thing is this, right? It's like it's all about what you're trying to do, right? Because if you have a style of offense that is a runner, like I have a mobile guy like Lamar Jackson, right? Is he less of a good quarterback because he doesn't throw as much as Patrick Mahomes? Is he more dynamic? Absolutely, right? Because he can run for 1,200 yards and he can throw for 3,000 yards. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about what you're looking for from your guy. If you want a guy who just stands back there and throw the ball, that's who you want. For me, my biggest knock on SHEDEUR is, one, he doesn't throw the ball over 10 yards a lot. That's one. Two, he's always had the best team, so you don't know what he's like. You don't know if he's an elevator of talent. That's what you don't know. You don't know if I give SHEDEUR some random guys, can he go make those random guys look special? That's number two. And number three, in the biggest games, you know what I'm saying? Like in the biggest game, he didn't show up. I mean, he showed up in the last one. He didn't show up in the first one. So, I mean, for me personally, I just like Richards of what he brings to his team. I've seen him not have the best team, still win in two of the biggest games. One against, I think he played Sacred Heart, if I'm not mistaken, or Stony Brook or something like that. And then in the Celebration Bowl where he was a 16-point underdog and they win the game. So, you know, I like what he brings to the table. Do I think that SHEDEUR throws the ball better? Absolutely. But I don't think it makes him a better quarterback. It just, because if that's the case, then that means Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson because he throws the ball better. No, people would take Lamar over Josh because he's more dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about preference at that point.
No, I'm with you. I picked Richard too, but I just want to see if you saw how many yards he ran with this way. But yeah, I'm with you. I'll pick him too.
Hey, no problem, man.
That's all I got.
I appreciate the call, Wake. So back to the comedian thing. Like, me personally, man, a lot of people don't like. My mom loves Earthquake, Don, DC Curry. Like, those are my mom's like favorite guys. I used to watch Bruce back in the day, stuff like that. But me, I think Kevin Hart, he's kind of getting repetitive a lot. So a lot of his stuff is not nothing new. Old Cat Williams, I think, is untouchable. If I'm being honest, I think old Cat Williams is just on a different level. I'm not an Eddie Murphy fan. Chris Tucker is no, I'm not an Eddie Murphy fan at all. I think he's great in movies. His stand-up is not. I don't think his stand-up is funny to me. That's just me personally. But to me, like, Trevor Noah is probably the most. He don't get as much credit as he should. He is so cerebral, but it's so funny. Like, I'll never forget a joke, and y'all probably, y'all might not get it. I thought it was hilarious. When he came to America, and he's used to the metric system, and we have a different type of system. he was like, he's like, can I get the meat? And she was like, yeah. How many pounds? He's like, how many pounds? He said, that says labs. He said, that's labs. He said, that's labs. He's like, she's like, no, how many pounds? He said, ma'am, that says labs. I don't know what. I was rolling. Like, I literally had tears crying. Like, because I never thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, bro. Like, and I guess because I'm older and with that generation.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's Delirious with Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs and the whole cookout thing was just hilarious to me. And having right now in this day and age, of course, women know to shave their mustaches, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, oh my God, there was so many women with mustaches. So I remember what it was like to be in church and have one of the mothers of the church come to you with a whole mustache and have them to try to kiss you. And you sitting up there like, ooh, she got a mustache. He like, shut up, boy. You better not say much. Goddamn.
Oh man, I like Jeff Dunham. He got that terrorist. Shut up, I'll kill you. Yeah, that's actually that dead terrorist is actually really, really funny. But yeah, so I watched Jeff Dunham as well. So yeah, I'm into him as well. But
yeah, Trevor Noah's a genius.
Trevor Noah, yeah, people be sleeping on Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is a freaking genius. If you ever
when them people came out there at the Grammys and what was it in the they had the red with the dude with the horns and
Sam Smith
and that other trans chick. Oh my God, he was like, Mom, no, Mom, I know. You already told me about Hollywood. Yes, Mom. No, they're not real devils, Mom. They're not real devils. No, they weren't. Yes, you already warned me about how. Okay, all right, bye. So just little stuff like that was just really funny, man. That was good stuff. Yeah, and just comedians just see the world
differently,
totally different.
Yeah,
you know, they see it totally different.
I told myself, and I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna get on me. I told myself I wanted to do stand up one time before I die. I wanted to do.
You can do it.
I wanted to do stand up one time before I die. And I was going to do it a couple years ago with my Bible study crew, and they was like, we were going there deep, and we were like, y'all better laugh, like, you know, they were going to really support me, but I really wanted to do stand up. I thought I was like, I think I could do like an open mic night or amateur night or something like that.
Scotty gonna laugh.
Yeah, man, I want to do a comedy show one time. I think I got some jokes. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, you know, if T.I. can do it, you can do it. That's yeah. Find an amateur night. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna do it. I want to. I do. I definitely.
I'll come support you, dog. I'll come all the way from.
Nah, I don't want you to be like. Nah, oh, I got you muted. Good thing. Go ahead, man. I unmuted you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, we can cut this stream. I said I'll post it so that if those of you who want to support him, because I will say this, honey, I know you think I'm about to be like, no, he ain't funny, he ain't. But as I have stated, you do have a few ha-has.
That is so disrespectful.
He does have a few ha-has that are legitimate. Okay, there are a few chuckles. And now I will say, I don't know if
the encouragement is so real.
Just in case y'all wonder, when Scott is talking about how I talk to him in real life, this is it. Okay, this is the tone and everything. So I don't know if Miss Scott is watching,
right?
But if she is, I just want you to know from me, I did not. I hope he don't put all the material concerning you, even though that's a lot of the funny material.
Yeah.
You know, it comes from his childhood.
Listen,
page.
I can tell y'all a story. Like,
right
it's
now.
really just my life. Like, that's like, I really could just, okay, so I'll tell you one
Mr.
story.
Campbell, it's right. He has a whole comedy.
All right,
which
so
one you gonna tell
this
it?
is, I'm gonna do, which one do you think I should tell him? I got Running Away.
Oh, you might have said that one.
I don't think I said that one. I don't think I told him about
Okay,
me
give me the
running.
other one.
The DC Sniper.
No, you gotta-
DC Sniper.
no. I think you should do Yolanda Adams.
Nah, that's not funny. That's not funny.
It is.
It's funny to you because you're churchy. It's not funny to. I don't think
How
it'd be
many
funny.
people in this chat is churchy?
Of course. Why you all on my buttons, bro?
She pushed that ball for a long time.
Well, actually, Kofi, I don't know if you guys, haven't heard. He has a show on Sundays.
How'd she come on my stuff promoting her stuff?
Because it's still a part of the Off Script Network. Oh, okay.
Let's
thank
go. Okay.
you. So Sundays at 7, now that football is over, you can find us. And Paris is in the chat, and we actually was last night not lit, babe?
It was lit. It was fun.
And we have completed our first month of shows for the ladies. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've been checking it out, but when y'all do the girls talk, I don't try to interfere with that. I try to stay out of that.
Listen, they didn't care.
Okay. All right. So, because I'm trying to get them up off the stream, and y'all having a full blown conversation. Like I'm not trying to do my material. Like, come on, man. Jesus.
So what you doing? You doing DC Sniper? Or what we doing?
I'm gonna do Running Away. I'm gonna do my Running Away story. And see, I feel like it kind of like okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna just tell it, and you guys, if you laugh, you don't listen. It's whatever. So when I was, I think I was about 9 years old, and my mom, I was going to private school at the time. My mom picks me up, and she talks to the teacher, and the teacher tells her I've been talking back and I've been smart and stuff like that. And I'm usually always running my mouth in class. It just is what it is, right? So my mom looks at me dead in my eyes and says, I'm gonna beat you when you get home. She's like, I'm gonna beat you when you get home. And my mom is listen, if my mom tells you something, you can take it to the bank, right? So the whole time in the car ride, I'm just like pondering, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Right? So my mom gets out the car. Yes, that's what my mom got me from the police station. Okay. If you heard it before, you heard it before. Okay, so he said, "What am I going to?" Yes, what am I going to? So so my mom goes in the house. She pokes up. My mom goes in the house, and I'm standing at the door of the apartment door, and I'm like, "Freedom, whooping, freedom, whooping." So I just take off running. Right? I just take off running. I'm running to Sears. That's all I remember. I'm like, hey, I know Sears is around the corner. It was like 5 miles, but I knew it was around the corner, so I just running. Cop comes up to me. It's getting dark. He's like, hey, sir. He's like, hey, son, where you going? I said, to Sears. And he's like, get in the car. So I get in the car, takes me to the police station. He's like, what's your mom's name? I was like, I don't know. He's like, where you live at? I said, I don't know. He said, what's your phone number? And now this is the time we ain't got cell phones. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that house number. I was like, I don't know. So my mom calls up to the police station like, hey, I'm looking for my son. He's like, oh, yeah, we got him. So my mom gets up there. They bringing me out. And I'm like, no. I'm like they like dragging. They like dragging me like, no. I think she gonna beat me. Like, bro, I'm talking about like they're literally pulling me. I'm like
Petty Mama from Good Times.
No, she don't beat me. And my mom's like, boy, ain't nobody about to beat you. I was like, yes, you are. So I'm screaming and yelling. She's like, boy, shut up. She's like, I ain't even drive. So we get out the police station. We walking down the stairs, and her car is like right there. I was like, you lie. You said you didn't drive. So she's still grabbing me like, shut up, boy. So she throws me in the car. We get to the car. As soon as she parks, I take off running. Up the hill, right? I'm high stepping it, like ha. I'm stopping it, right? My mom falls. I'm like, oh shoot, like
she finna beat yo.
She falls down and she like tumbles back. And so we get to the bus stop, right? And it's a little white lady. And my mom's walking up. She's like, Abrion, stop running. stop running. I said, no, you're gonna beat me. Like, I'm so, like, we're looking at each other like this, right? I was like, no, you're gonna beat me. I'm tired of getting whoopings. And my mom's like, no, Abriana, I promise I'm not gonna beat you. I was like, you're a liar. You're a liar. Get on your knees. Get on your knees and tell me you're not gonna beat me. So my mom gets on her knees, is like, Abriana, I'm not gonna beat you. And the white lady's like, Abriana, I think she's not gonna beat you. I said, shut up, you don't know. You don't know her. I just gonna whoop me. So her, like, my mom's boyfriend pulls up and he's like, what's going on? And then he tells me to get in the car. I go home, I get a whooping. That's the end of the story.
You did all of that and you still got beat.
Yeah, I was 9 years old.
Whew. Yeah, there's certain situations with black parents and stuff that no matter what they say,
you getting a whoop.
You finna get beat.
Yeah.
You made me fall down the steps. First, you had me to come down to the goddamn school. Then you jumped out of the car and ran away, had me worried, frantic, because you went to go and see the Wretched for big fun. Then you had me to come down to the police station and pick you up. Then you embarrassed me by telling the police officers that I was going to beat you. You screamed and hollered and made me aggravated all the way home. Made me fall up. Oh, yeah, buddy, you was finna get it. I might not have beat you right then, but when you got up that next morning, I'd have got you.
Yeah, so just I don't know if y'all want another story. I can tell another story and we can get up out of here. It's up to y'all. If you guys want to hear another story, I'll tell another story. If not, we can get up out of here and we can close this. So it's up to y'all. If you say yes, I'll tell another story.
I want to hear about that DC sniper thing.
So when the DC sniper was going on, it was in Maryland. A lot of people say it was DC sniper. It was in Maryland or whatever. So at the time when the DC sniper was going on, like, school was, like people were getting out of school or whatever, right? So, me and my best friend Mario, we in the classroom, together, and then you hear, can you please send Jonathan up to the main office? And Jonathan leaves. Can you send Kathy up to the main office? And Kathy gets up. Can you send Ashley to the main office? And like for an hour, it's like we're like just kids getting called up because, mind you, like, this just happened. It's on the news, everything like that. It's literally me and Mario, and we look at that like, bro, our parents ain't coming, bro. We gonna have to walk home. So me and Mario looking at each other like, bro, we really about to walk home with the DC sniper. So I'm like, so we walking up. Now, mind you, we thinking like at this time it's like box trucks. Everybody's like box trucks. You be wary of box trucks. So me and Mario, we at like the front of the school. We hug each other like, hey man, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? So now we're walking home, and now how we walking home is like every time we saw a box truck, like we hide behind a tree. And then you like, dog, it was literally like Metal Gear Solid all the way home. Like we was just hopping from tree to tree, trying to dodge box trucks and stuff. It was crazy. So, man, a couple of days later, my mom is like at the gas station, and I don't know if you guys had it, like, they call them like Blue Angels, to where people will come out and pump your gas for you because he was shooting people at gas stations, right? So at this gas station, there was no Blue Angels. So my mom was like, hey, Brian, get outside and pump the gas. Now, mind you, I'm like 12, 13.
Right.
I'm like, get outside. I'm like, Mom, there's a DC step. My mom's like, boy, get out there and pump the gas. So now I'm at the gas station like this. I'm pumping gas, like, I'm trying not to stay still because I'm trying not to get shot. So I'm over here like, it was, dog, I'm telling you, bro, it was crazy. Like, it was some of the most epic times. It was like, it was funny, but like when you was in it was scary. But while you was in it, it was just worrisome. So it was bad.
Oh, I could tell you. Yeah. But that was good though. You got the framework for a nice little routine there.
That's what I'm saying. I just gotta put it together, real nice, like. But yeah, so yeah, it was.
I just knew it was a white person that was doing the whole DC snap.
I thought it was too when he was.
I was like, this got to be some old dumb white person.
I was so hurt. Last story. I'm gonna get up out here. I think this is my favorite story. It's with my kids, right? So I take my kids to play basketball. So like it's daddy weekend, I'm playing basketball with my fellas. I'm like, yeah, I want my kids to come out, get out, stuff like that. So I bring the iPads, I come prepared, right? So I got the iPads, my daughter on her iPad, my son on his iPad, they just having a good time. So we playing basketball. My daughter, she running out to me like every 5 minutes on the court. Daddy, can you get me back to YouTube? Daddy, can you get me? I'm like, all right, cool. So I keep fixing it. So we playing, and I go up, and I have a back spasm. Like as I got like my back locks up, and I'm like, oh, and I just fall, and I'm on the ground, like literally on the ground like this. If anybody's had a back injury, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you can't move, right? Like I can't move, I can't get up. I'm like, everybody's like, yo, Scotty, you all right? You all right? I'm like, nah, I can't move, right? So they like, you want me to help you up? So I was like, yeah. So they try to pick me up. I'm like, no, don't help me up, right? So my son comes over with his iPad. He's like, Daddy, you okay? I said, I'm okay, man. You still taking me to McDonald's? I'm literally on the floor. I'm on the floor. Tears are coming down because my back is in so much pain. And my son at the time, he used to repeat himself, right? He would be like, he's like, Daddy, you taking me to McDonald's? You taking me to McDonald's, right, Daddy? Like that's how he talked. He would repeat himself. And I wanted to choke that little bastard so bad. I'm like, bro, my back, I'm like literally, I can't move. My son's like, you're still going to McDonald's, right? I'm like, bro, that's like one of my all-time favorite stories. Like my son, yeah, it was crazy, but that's my son, man. That's if you guys have seen y'all seen my son, the little.
I'm gonna tell you one story, okay?
All right.
Since you gave with the child, and then we're gonna close it out. All right, so all through their childhood, my daughters wanted a pet. They wanted a whole pet. And I personally was like, no, we are not getting a pet, because if you get a pet, you have to take care of the pet. And y'all ain't gonna be the ones taking care of the pet. It's gonna be me. So no. Daddy, can we get can I get a guinea pig? No, Majesty, you cannot get a guinea pig. We ain't getting no guinea pig. Our house is clean, it's pet free, we good. Majesty's birthday comes around. She calls her uncle who lives in Miami. Uncle comes up from Miami with a whole box. Nice little lunchbox thing. And then he had a cake. I was like, I know this nigga ain't coming up in my house with a goddamn guinea pig. So I looked up and it was a guinea pig. And I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me. But I couldn't do it because Majesty was so happy. She was so happy. So they sat up in there and they put the little guinea pig cage together. And I'm sitting up there like, Lord, let this guinea pig die, something, get something. So they put the stuff in, the little bedding in there and stuff. And the guinea pig started doing his little thing and he's running around in the cage. And somehow, the way they put the wrong bedding in there. So a day later, the guinea pig got sick and it's got looking all wet and stuff and looking like it's about to die. So my wife keeps saying, baby, the guinea pig about to die, but don't act sad. Don't act happy. So I go in there, and finally the guinea pig just gave up the ghost. So I go in there, and Majesty is boo-hoo crying. Oh, I guinea pig. I was like, baby, it's gonna be okay. And my wife, in the meantime, is in the hallway doing her church shot, away from Majesty so she couldn't see it. But Daddy broke down. I was like, okay, all right. baby, we gonna take care. I'm gonna get you another guinea pig. And she stops crying right there. She said, Daddy, can I have 2? I was like, hell no, you ain't getting no 2 guinea pigs. Be happy you getting the 1.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, that was something else, bro. We had 3 people in the house and the darn guinea pig. And a day later, that guinea pig died. I was so happy, and then I had to go back and get another darn guinea pig.
That boy said gave up the ghost. That was boy, you can turn anything in the church. I swear to God, boy. He said, gave up the ghost. Oh man, guys, listen, we appreciate y'all time, man. Kofi, what you got coming up this week?
ONG Strike Zone, spring football starts March the 7th. So we got that, and thank God it's the end of basketball season. So we're going to be looking for talking some baseball, talking some softball, talking some track and spring sports.
All righty. You know what I'm saying? Listen, guys, we appreciate you for staying through our comedy hour. You know what I'm saying? If you want to tell me how bad I am, you can text me right there. If you want to tell me how good I was, you can text me right there. Same for Kofi as well. And I'll relay the message as well, guys. Listen, you already know what it is. You've been watching the Afterglow show with me, my boy Kobe Hemingway. All right. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm a holler. God bless.